Good morning to all of us. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Shehuda and I'm a student from one of the institution in Malang City, namely University of Merdeka Malang. So I'm a student of G3 English program and here I'm going to discuss one of the most interesting issue, that is corruption case that are very often in every country. Corruption is one of the things that makes people suffer from the exciting funds not used properly. There are some countries that apply the death punishment if they commit corruption, and of course, the punishment will make people afraid to make corruption. Alright, so the example is China. That country managed to revive their economy with a lack of case corruption. Therefore, corruption must be dismissed by providing the death punishment and confiscation of all corrupt assets in order to be a learning and a strong example for corruptors. Alright, first, the type of the death punishment given really greatly affects a person's mindset when going to do the cross. So with the death punishment, people will think hard about the impact that will occur if corruption is committed. So the type of the death punishment that is given really greatly affects a person's mindset when going to do the cross. With the death punishment, people will think hard about the impact that will occur if corruption is committed. So here is one example that is come from the land of bamboo curtains, that is China. So the former head of China, Warong Lia Xiaomin, was sentenced to death on Tuesday by a court in northern Tianjin City. So Tianjin make corruption and must accept the consequences. So there is a statement that is often here in Indonesia that the law is blunt upwards but sharp down, which means it doesn't have a big impact on the upper class, but it's very deadly for the lower society. Right. So there is many cases corruption in Indonesia occur, but the law given is not appropriate. So the law by the government should be a question of why it can be happen. Here we can see one example of a case of corruption of social farm assistance carried out by a social minister, that is Julia Ri Batubara. So he committed corruption of 17 billion rupiahs when the community suffered a slump due to the pandemic that is caused by coronavirus. So he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. So Giuliani should be sentenced to life in prison without any punishment. So if the death of the punishment is not applied, but which such punishment, many people are not afraid to commit such criminal acts. So during the pandemic, so during the pandemic, many cases of corruption that occurred due to the law that applies are not maximum. Alright? So there is more than 10 cases of social assistance corruption due to the corona that is occurred in Indonesia. So the state should be able to impose punishment as severe as the death punishment in order to make corruptors a deterrent. Alright, now the second. So what may be done to make people afraid to commit or do corruption is to confiscate assets after being sentenced to death. So there are cases that occur where the corruptors will be assets after committing corruption. So This also, of course, will make the corruptors feel afraid and think very carefully when committing corruption. Therefore, we can conclude that the death punishment for corruptor is very important and it's very worthy of being imposed. Why? Because there are people who are very detrimental for the country, alright? And also the confiscation of assets must be done in order to make the family of corruptors also feel the impact of the actions of one of the, their own families, right? So perhaps it's being the best thing that can be done to reduce corruption case in occur in So maybe Indonesia. That's all I can say today, where in this video I don't open any institution or also any part from or person anywhere. So thank you so much everyone for watching and listen for this video. Maybe that's all I can say today. Have a good day. Thank you very much.